How pretty is my girl? Are you kidding me? Come on. Number 17. Look how pretty. Gibson Birdland guitar. Created in 1955 by Hank Garland and Billy Bird. Was it Billy Bird or Charlie Bird? Anyhow, the Birdland. B-Y-R-D, like Steve the Birdland in Florida. Steve, how you doing down there, buddy? How does it sound? You have my cell number. Text me how it sounds. And Todd, you can tell me how it sounds. This is number 17. And people always ask, what kind of rig are you using? I'm using a cheap little antique 112 35-watt custom. Just the guitar straight into the amp. But it's all here. It's all here, here, and here. That's where it all comes from. Welcome to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, the only ballistically coefficient, truth, logic, and common sense, middle finger on fire, we the people, ultra defiant, spirit of rugged individualism, life, liberty, and the pursuit of gonzo, rhythm and blues, rock and roll happiness. The only podcast like that. In fact, I'm the only podcaster that qualifies as a podcast. How y'all doing? You feeling pretty good? You know, the whole world sucks. I mean, really. Treacherous. So everyone join their priority czar, Uncle Ted, on the Spirit Campfire. Everybody join me and compartmentalize the treachery, the dishonesty, the treason, criminality. Let's take a deep breath with your old Uncle Ted, who's going to be 73 years old in December. What the Take a deep breath. I know. Take a deep breath and escape the insanity. By the way, you just witnessed me escape the insanity perfectly. Definitive insanity escapism with my beautiful Gibson Birdland guitar. There's number 9 back there. What the hell is number? Oh, there's the other one, number 17 right there. But I'm now going to further distance me from the insanity by shooting a graceful, this is a Matthews Triax, just a simple, modern, state-of-the-art compound bow, but it's still pure archery like Cochise and Robin Hood. Because I grab it with my left hand, because I'm right-handed. I don't release with my fingers because I have a mechanical apparatus, much like the Chinese did in 600 AD. You know, I think it was a release made out of ivory and teeth, like saber-toothed tiger teeth or something. And they would grasp the string with the tooth edge of a shiny stone, ivory, walrus tusk. I wonder if the tusk was Lusa. No, that'd be Alabama. So the release is nothing new. It goes back, but it allows the unleashing of the bow and arrow, the bow string in a smooth fashion. And I'm using one called a bonehead. This is called the Bone Collector. That's my Michael Waddell and Nick and T-Bone. They are the Bonehead Collectors. Phenomenal young men. Not that young, but phenomenal men. If you don't watch Bone Collectors on Outdoor Channel, you're missing some really funny, cute guys and deadly. Great, great hunter, conservationist, family, God, family, country. The Bone Collectors, much like Kip Campbell on Red Arrow. And so many great shows. The Eichler family on Everything Eichler. So many great shows out there. I'll name as many as I can. But we live God, family, and country, but we escape the chaos with the mystical flight of the spiritual arrow. Smooth and graceful, hand-eye coordination. Oh, bullseye. That was a bullseye. My target's only like 12 feet away. You see, I got a bullseye. I aim at an orange tape. This is an Uncle Ted archery tech tip. If you're having trouble focusing on the hair you want to hit, the minutia middle of the bullseye or the top of the pump station, double lung disconnect backstrap guarantee, put an orange piece of tape on all your targets. Stand real close to the target, like when I shoot here on Spirit Wild Campfire. Barack, I got to get me some juice or something. I have an orange tape on my targets, so my focus goes to the orange tape. And on most of my bows, I have a piece of orange tape. I didn't put it on my Triax, but I have a piece of orange tape right here on the face of the bow that faces me. And that way I can focus. I'll talk about that in a second. I'm on a tangent for 72.9 years. But I put an orange piece of tape, about 2-inch square, on every target I shoot at. All my 3D animal targets, I have all kinds of animal targets. And I put an orange piece of tape right where I want my arrow to disconnect the pump station. Typically right on the crease behind the shoulder, kind of a third of the way up, so it cuts the ventricles off the heart, punctures both lungs for a quick, humane, deadly backstrap boogie. And by putting that orange piece of tape on every target I shoot at, I think orange tape. I don't get quite as hyper, though I'm the master of hyper. I can't believe my middle name. I can't believe my first name isn't Hyper Ted Tangent Nugent. Instead of just Atrocious Theodosius, Reverend Atrocious Theodosius. And with that orange tape on all of my archery targets, I train every day, and I'm not thinking giant moose, giant elk, beautiful deer, a hog, a woodchuck. I'm not thinking the excitement level of an animal, even though it's inescapable and ubiquitous. But by having orange tape on every target I send an arrow into every day, I've done this now for the last 15 years or so. And the mantra for all bow hunters is pick a spot. You never shoot at the animal. You shoot at the top of the heart. You pick a hair, because when you aim small, you will probably miss small, but you're still going to get a deadly arrow. So the orange tape forces me. I don't have to do an air bow. I don't have to shoot an air bow. I actually have a real Matthews bow. And by the way, every bow out there is state-of-the-art, phenomenal, world-class quality. All the manufacturers are awesome. I like the Matthews better than any of them. It fits me. And archery, like guitars and guns and women, it has to fit you. It has to be your ultimate touch, connection, relationship touch. So when I shoot my bow, I'm not even shooting at a bullseye or a pump station. I see that orange tape every time I shoot. I'll try not to break that arrow. Almost did anyway. And so I get this shot sequence, muscle memory, spirit memory. Spirit memory is more important than muscle memory, much like guitar playing. By the way, how did Gonzo, what a great song, Gonzo. What a great word, Gonzo. I think I came up with that before that famous writer. But just think of the lick. If I didn't come up with those licks, I'd find the guy that did and go watch him and listen to him and wallow in his spirit. Are you wallowing in the spirit of the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire? Of course you are, because you have a lot of choices in your life you could go after right now, but you're here with me because you have intellectual, all-American, middle finger on fire, defiant priorities. And that's the whole gist. Barack. That's the whole gist of today's Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire on Friday the 13th, 20 Clusterfuck 21. We're getting ready. Here's my sister, Kathy. Kathy, I love you. Kathy goes, what kind of draw weight? Sister Kathy, who is 10 years younger than I am, so she's 62. You need to have a bow. Did you see how graceful I pulled my bow back? Obviously, I've been shooting a bow all my life, so I got certain muscles that you don't use for anything else except pull starting a lawnmower. So I've already got some muscle memory. But I shoot a little girl's bow. I'm shooting 50 pounds. I shoot a little girl's bow, and guess what? Everything I shoot at dies. I shoot a 2-blade. That's the ultimate penetrator. A 2-blade. Just razor sharp bone saw by cold steel. I also shoot, even with my lightweight girly 50 pounds, I shoot the new archery product Kill Zone. It's a mechanical head, but I'll tell you, 100% kills on it last year. But to my sister Kathy, what draw weight, she says, should I get? I emphasized in my text to her earlier, it must be graceful. You must be able to draw it effortlessly. If you can't pull the bow back straight and effortlessly, it's too heavy of a draw. I don't know. I got kids that shoot deer and hogs and rams with 20-pound draw weight, but they use a 2-blade broadhead like this cold steel cheap shot bone saw. The 2-blade cuts like a knife, and none of the energy goes to opening the head or diverting the wedge of a 3-blade or a 4-blade. All the energy from the flight of the arrow goes to cutting and slicing. So, Kathy, go to Jay's Sporting Goods in Michigan, just down the road from you. Maybe, I don't know if they sell them up at Dublin store, but your son Brennan is the master of this stuff. I would recommend an old-fashioned recurve. That's what I would recommend, Kathy. Like this bear recurve is at 35 pounds, and it comes back gracefully. It comes back effortlessly. Now, typically I wear a glove, but for, ooh, that's a great arrow. You can't shoot that arrow; it doesn't have a tip on it. So I'll shoot. Anywhere I reach, I come up with some form of weapon. So I shoot with a split finger, 1 finger above, 2 below. You can also shoot 3 below. But I shoot the old Fred Bear system. I come back gracefully to the corner of my mouth. When I touch my anchor point, the arrow's gone. 35 pounds kills everything. Elk, deer, hogs, rams, kudu, wildebeest, zebra. Shemaine kills everything with 30 to 35 pounds. But the trick is it's got to be effortless. If it's 20 pounds, 25 pounds, 30, whatever it is, you don't need kinetic energy and you don't need velocity, you don't need power. You need stealth, grace, and smoothness. So Kathy and everybody this weekend, this Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire was all about compartmentalizing and ditching the treachery and the pain and the Coco, come here, Coco. Coco. Look how beautiful Coco is. Come on, Coco. Oh, what the hell with you? So the trick with a draw, if you get to an archery range and you want to buy your first bow and you go like that, put it down. Don't even try to draw it. And the guy will go, oh, you work your way into it. Hand him the bow and walk out. If the guy at the archery shop doesn't know that you have to be smooth, effortless, and graceful, avoid that archery shop at all costs. You need a bow that you can draw back effortlessly and gracefully. Stand 10 feet from the target and discover your hand-eye coordination. That's why I recommend an old-fashioned recurve or longbow. And in Michigan, my God, do you know that you can get a classic Fred Bear recurve at a garage sale for $5? A handmade piece of archery art craftsmanship. Barack. I got a whole bunch of them around here. People have been sending me, and they find these fantastic bear bows at garage sales. Hallelujah. For like $5, $10, whatever. So if you buy a used bow, if it's a recurve or a longbow, it doesn't have to fit you. It's got to feel good to you. And you got to be able to put an arrow where you're looking at 10 feet, not 20 yards. You don't start at 20 yards or 20 feet. You start at 10 feet. And if the archery range guy goes, well, you don't want to shoot at 10 feet, leave. He doesn't know what he's talking about. A new archer should discover hand-eye coordination at 10 feet for at least the first couple dozen arrows. And make sure that you get a solid grip. Doesn't matter whether it's a recurve or a compound, but with a compound, the draw length has to be exact so it stops at the corner of your mouth, because hand-eye coordination would be hand to eye, and this is where it happens. So you get the proper grip. The grip calls your name. There's no wrong way. You feel where your hand belongs. And you get the bow. Whatever you do, don't draw it back and let go without an arrow on it. It's called dry firing. You don't want to dry fire. But if you can get back smoothly, effortlessly, that's the bow for you. And if they haven't got a bow at the archery shop, compound or old-fashioned bow, if they haven't got one and won't indicate to you that they will hustle to get you one, leave. I tell you, the archery industry, I can't believe they don't have proper lightweight draw bows for newcomers. And the average archery range doesn't. Now, if you do have those, I'm not talking about you. Happy. Come here, Hap. Come on, buddy. Look how beautiful this boy is. How you doing, Hap? What are you doing today, buddy? You have a good day? We didn't get no dirty squirrelies, did we? Did they run? They're mean. They're mean squirrels. That's a good boy. That's a really good boy. All right, you go lay down. So anyhow, this is the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire on Friday, the 13th of August, 20, Clusterfuck 21. So that's some good advice for a great weekend. And that whole premise of this Spirit Campfire is to have a great weekend. Just discard the ugliness that is just infesting our world. Take a deep breath. Maybe get a campfire this weekend. Maybe take a kid fishing. Maybe go find a bow and arrow that is graceful and effortless and feels just right. It might be hard to do because a lot of archery shops just don't think about new shooters. If you got to struggle to pull it back, don't even bother with it. It'll wreck your archery. Oh, it's a self-inflicted industry curse. I don't get it. So find a bow that you can draw back smoothly and effortlessly. This is the weekend to find archery. Get somebody who already is into archery, and as long as they understand the importance of graceful, effortless draw weight, that's your guy. So, and also the great outdoors this weekend, we need to cleanse our souls more thoroughly, more efficiently, and more often than ever before with this devil in the White House and his devil gang destroying America worse in the first 8 months of his administration than any president has ever done in an entire 4-year agenda. It's just tragic. So to you military heroes out there that live on your constitutional oath, I apologize we let this enemy of America get into power. I don't think we did. Joe Biden didn't win any election except his early years scamming people, and now his current year ultimately scamming people. So let's get past that ugliness because it's so amok. Let's have a great weekend in the great outdoors and start it on Friday the 13th. Have a great campfire this weekend. Have positive, fun times. Try to avoid even bothering yourselves with the ugliness and the treachery of government, academia, big tech, big farm, genocidal maniacs. Don't even talk about these freak devils. Just talk about fishing and hunting and shooting and fun, campfires and marshmallows. But be very careful. You don't want to escape the treachery with drugs or alcohol. It'll just make it worse. A beer around the campfire, A-okay. Glass of wine, maybe a couple, sundowner, maybe a Tom Collins, whoever the hell that guy is. Have a great weekend with your family and friends, but let's escape the treachery that is closed in on America. It's so heartbreaking. Be sure you watch Tucker Carlson. I hope he's on tonight, but Mark Stein does a great job, and the guys that fill in for Tucker. But let's prioritize and remain upbeat and buoyant because we give the world the best we got and we get kicked in the teeth. by our own government, by the media, just devils. I mean, this medium, this high-tech social media we're on right now, I'm not even allowed to tell you the proven cure for the Chinese virus, or I'll get banned. Think of that. Think of that. Let's not think of it anymore. That was the last time we're going to think about that. This weekend, we're going to have some great time around the campfire. In fact, I'll start off with the greatest time possible around the campfire. So this is dedicated to my sister Kathy, my brother Jeff, and my kids, and Shemaine, and my grandkids. So go to tednugent.com and buy a shitload of those. The new hat, I Will Not Comply, will be ready probably right after the weekend, unless Toby says it's ready now. So anyhow, go to tednugent.com and type in the code 260 I Will Not Comply hats. Okay, there are 260 I Will Not Comply personally autographed Ted Nugent hats at tednugent.com. But the thousands I've signed of Come and Take It, they are there. They have thousands of those. But of the thousands of I Will Not Comply, there's only 260 left. So go to tednugent.com and type in the code NUGE, N-U-G-E 21. And the first 260 of you will get the I Will Not Comply hat. Because I will not comply. Now I'll try to get this bell. Try to get it so the guitar and the voice can hear, because Fred Bear is in the wind all around the country. There I was, back in the wild again, and I felt right at home, where I belong. I had that feeling coming over me again, just like it happened so many times before, so many times. Of the woods, he's like an old good friend. Makes me feel warm and good inside. And I know his name, it's good to see him again. 'Cause in the wind, he's still alive. Talking about Fred Bear, walk with me down the trails again. Take me back where I belong. Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I will join you on the big hunt before too long. Kind of dark, another misty dusk, and it came from a tangle down below, and I tried to remember everything he taught me so. I had to decide which way to go. Was I alone or in a hunter's tree? moment of truth is here and now. I felt his touch, I felt his guiding hand, and the buck was mine forevermore. Because of Fred Bear, I still walk down these trails again. He takes me back where I belong. Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I will join you on the big hunt before too long. We're not alone when we're in the great outdoors. We got his spirit, we got his soul, and he will guide my steps and my arrows home. The restless spirit forever roams. The Fred Bear as I walk down these trails again. He takes me back where I belong. Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I will join you on the big hunt before too long. 'Cause in the wind, he's still alive. In the wind, he's still alive. 'Cause in the wind, I can hear Fred Bear. I hear you, Fred. Around the campfire, buddy. Hey, Fred! Let's go hunting, buddy. Get a fire going. Hey, Fred, you go up that ridge. I'll go down to the swamp. We'll get that buck. Hey, Fred. Okay. Happy weekend. Never forget, we all have Fred Bears. We should always remember the spirit, the energy, and the love, and the connection, and the campfires, both literal and figurative. And that's what I hope the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire conveys and delivers every time. Truth, logic, common sense, goodwill, decency, positive spirit and energy. Celebrating God, family, country, freedom, life, liberty, and pursuit of our individual happiness. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, the man in the arena work ethic. Law and order, the Ten Commandments, the golden rule, the golden rule. Treat others as you would have them treat you. I know it's still alive and well with us, but my God, the government, academia, big tech, the so-called healthcare industry, Hollywood. I'm going to end it by celebrating Coco. I love you, Coco. Everybody have a great weekend. Remember to visit hunternation.org. Please go to hunternation.org. Become a force to reckon with against those Marxist devils that are taking over our country. They've taken over our country. hunternation.org. hunternation.org. And once again, I'm going to promote a great charity, fullcircleprogram.com. Please visit fullcircleprogram.com and celebrate young Americans, saving young Americans' lives, because our government, academia, the medical community, big tech, and Hollywood are actually applauding a corrupt, treasonous administration welcoming in an avalanche of fentanyl, child sex trafficking across our southern border. Brought to you by the government and the media of the United States of America. Dear God in heaven. So this weekend, compartmentalized, but do say a prayer to God to give us strength and warrior spirit to stop Satan in his tracks that is destroying America. I love you. I love your love. I love all your connections out there. Have a great, great positive weekend. Let this be the end of identifying all the treachery. I'm not going to talk about it. We got some great friends coming over in a little while to watch the sunset on the Nugent, Texas Serengeti. So I hope my positive spirit and attitude is contagious. Well, I don't hope. I know it is. Thank you for all your wonderful, loving comments and your positive support, your spirit, your energy, your goodwill, your decency. Thank you for that. It really is everywhere. Now we got to let all this positive overwhelm all that negative. So fortify your positive this weekend. Be the best that you can be and celebrate it. God bless.